Today's adventure has led us to one of the best kept secrets on Marathon in the Florida Keys. Join us in this episode as we explore a 63-acre tropical oasis of hardwood trees, nature trails, a wild bird center, and have our toes sucked on. Yes, it gets a little weird today.
Welcome to Crane Point Hammock. Let's check it out. Come on in.
This is a 1.5 mile loop and gravel. This is a more rugged hiking trail. Then you have the Adderley House, built in 1903, and this is a brochure on that. Wild Bird Center, what we were just talking about. Sunset Boardwalk, this is all waterfront here. Fish pedicure here. The point where you can feed parrotfish here. The Crane House, you can tour the outside of it. There's a bathroom and a water fountain. There's also a bathroom behind you. If you come closer to us, there's a butterfly area, an old cracker house you can tour, in the museum behind you. It takes about 2 hours to go to see everything.
If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
We're going on a guided tour of the facility. We're gonna go find out what this place is all about.
And we go out to the point and I talk about some of the trees and if we see any critters. And then we go around and we get a little fish pedicure and we talk about the Crane's house and the mangroves. And we'll come back, stop at the Wild Bird Center, go through there. And then we go to the oldest house, which is George Adderley's house. And I think it's really cool. And then we come back around and the tour ends the other side of this. So this is one of our invasive species right here. This is an almond, Bahamian almond, and it grows and it's been chopped down and it's come down from a hurricane and it continues to grow, but it never produces any nuts. So that's the first trail back in here. See, this goes by this little banyan tree, goes in there. That's the palm trail. And it has some of the taller trees that you'll see in the hammock here.
Just finished our tour with Peter, which was very informational. We got to see a lot of the layout ahead of time, and now we're going back on the walking trails through the forest that we couldn't see on his little go-kart thing. What do you call that?
Golf cart.
On his golf cart. So we're gonna take you guys through the forest and see what we can find in the backwoods, but we're gonna need to watch out for spiders because there's a lot of big ones out here.
Into the forest we go.
To lose our minds and find our souls.
There's a solution hole. If y'all know what a solution hole is.
It's a solution hole. I found the solution. It's in the hole. It's pretty simple. Fresh water floats on top of salt water. So they dug a hole in the ground so that the fresh water would float on top, and then they could skim out the fresh water on top of the brackish water and have fresh water. My understanding. Watch out.
What?
Look up.
Oh no! Y'all can't see it, but there's a big spider web right there. Face level. Oh my gosh! I could see that on camera.
My face was right there.
Hey, giant golden orb weaver. I guess that's right. It's normal size, but they are freaky.
I have arachnophobia. Oh man.
Ay, ay, ay. Maybe these back trails weren't the wisest choice. All I can say is I'm glad you're taller than me and you're walking first.
Yeah.
Of course, I almost got one in the face. And this whole stuff is covered in spider web.
So this is that original trail, okay? It goes here and then it crosses what I call the driveway. and it goes out here. That becomes a wooden boardwalk and goes over a swath of black mangroves whose snorkel roots had gotten flooded in Hurricane Irma, and they all died, but the ecosystem's all coming back, so it's a good stop to go over there and check that out. There's a boardwalk here. It's all wooden boardwalk. It goes out to a little cove on the Gulf side, and there's a little coral reef there, and there's usually fish there. Sometimes there's a nurse shark. See how it has a different color to it? Almost like an olive green and then a copperish and purple, you know? And then it bleaches out from the sun. So in this here to the right, this is the Wild Bird Center. We're gonna stop here on the way back. Just want to show them that if they can see it. Maybe there'll be some in the Wild Bird Center. Did everybody see this golden?
Yeah, they don't see that's huge. Dang, yeah.
We've got osprey, we've got laughing gulls, royal terns, there's a merganser.
Oliver the osprey, he's over 21 years old. He was hit at the airport.
This is the fish bill this week for these guys. $387.24 just to feed the birds.
Wow.
Sometimes there's a zero behind that, depends on what's going on.
Wow.
Most of it is from human garbage, from fishing lines and things like that. So in here, state-of-the-art anesthesia, operating stuff, and an incubator all in here for birds. 244 patients came through here already so far this year. This tree here, this is Lignum vitae. Is that cool looking? That tree is really, really old. It's very slow growing. That little tree, Lignum vitae, tree of life, and it will bloom these little purple flowers and then make these bright orange gourds. So the cranes were eccentric. This area here was all screened in, and this other area here was all screened in up to 2 stories. And they had a collection of exotic orchids that they kept out here. In the beginning of World War II, they went over to Europe and brought back 100 Great Pyrenees dogs because they were afraid that that breed was going to be affected by the war. So we can go inside. Come on, Trixie, we're going to sneak you in. Just finished renovating. In fact, I think they're still going to do some wallpaper and something else. This for a while was like a marine science laboratory, and then it was condemned and they wanted to tear it down. Instead, we got grants and we got people to take us seriously and create this. And what's interesting about the fireplace is there's a fireplace on both sides, but they're not connected like a Japanese style. You know, when they redid the interior, they kept it really in tune with the 50s. We've got the kidney-shaped coffee table. You've got the starburst mirror, definitely the 1950s. The original tile for the bathrooms is in there. The sinks were taken out, refurbished, and put back in. So yeah, pretty cool. Take a look. This was the master. But this is the original, you know, drawers and the original tile work. You check out the bathroom's pretty cool. And then in the sinks, the faucets are original from the 50s.
That's a really neat house. Let's move in. They just finished it for us.
Some pictures over here that show when they were renovating the house and when the house was being built and then the renovation. And so up here you can see the screened in area, but you can also see that this area here had no trees. There's trees now, it was all beach. But this is showing you the renovations of what it looked like up in here. These are the Gambusia, they're coming for you. Molly's in there too. Oh, that feels so weird. And you see the little snowflakes on the bottom? Those are, right, Cassiopeias. Oh, that feels weird. Hey, stop.
Stop.
Some local kids with family passes, they come and they swim in here. They don't care about the fish.
Well, that's gonna be too tickly.
You can swim in here? Yeah, I'll swim.
Yeah, I know.
It tickles so much. You rubbing the skin loose for him?
Oh, now they all came over to my feet. Look at that. Well, I have to say this has been an incredible journey and I really enjoyed it and I highly recommend you guys go and check it out. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Follow our journey. Thank you for watching. Later. Go on.